Hi, a very good morning, guys. Welcome to Thoughtful Leaders College Dunia series. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Professor Chhatar Singh. He is a Pro Vice Chancellor of Rai Technology University. He is a well known social scientist and a political analyst. He was awarded PhD degree in modern history from Kurukshetra University. He has 42 years of experience of academic administration in government and private sector in education industry. Hi, a very good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning.
So, sir, our first question would be what are the best courses to pursue in the current market scenarios?
The best courses today are which are job oriented, and those who can provide not only employment to the students, but also the students become job creators or job provider later on. So today, the most important courses are either e-commerce or logistics or finance, insurance, uh, and this FMCG. So these are technical and job-oriented courses which are prevalent nowadays.
Okay, sounds good, sir. So the next question would be: we have seen a lot of students are thinking of dropping this year due to this COVID situation. So what's your suggestion to them?
Oh no, sir. Even the UGC had said that there will be no I mean, no zero year.
Correct.
They said that they should continue with the studies because if they don't join any course, so next year they will have plenty of people, those who will be competing with them. Suppose this year they find 1 lakh students, those who pass out from colleges or universities. Next year they will have 2 lakhs. So they shall have to compete with them. So it is not advisable that students should think of dropping. They should join courses, and all over the world it is online courses now due to pandemic. So one should not think of dropping.
That's absolutely right, sir. So, how does your curriculum ensure industry-oriented courses?
Uh, Very recently, we have had an agreement with the Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, and this LSC, Logistics Sector Skill Council, that has provided us 2 courses. Actually, we had a MOU with them, and these 2 courses are BMS, Bachelor of Management Studies. These 2 courses are number 1, agro industries and logistics, and number 2, we have e-commerce logistics. So e-commerce today all over the world, you can see that it is flourishing like anything. It is providing jobs to everyone, those who have skills in e-commerce or finance, or those who can go digital. So these BMS courses we have got from Government of India, and I am very happy to announce this, that we are amongst the 4 universities of India who have been provided these courses. The specialties of these courses is, these are 3-year courses both, and in the 3rd year, that is 5th and 6th semester, the students will be given on-hand experience, that is apprenticeship. So they will get apprenticeship certificate when they undergo this course internship, and also during this period they will get 9 rupees per month as stipend. So from 3rd year onwards, they start getting money. And not only this, that it becomes honors on the LSC, that is Logistics Sector Skill Council, that they will provide jobs to these students. And not only jobs, but the students may be able to become entrepreneurs after these courses, and they can provide employment to other friends. So these are most important courses that our university will have from this year onwards.
That's really wonderful, sir. Really wonderful.
Thank you.
So the next question would be: what are the teaching learning methods followed in the classroom?
We have various types. It is not only classroom teaching, because it is a teaching learning process that is everywhere. Specialized with so many things, we have interactive sessions with the teachers. Students are supposed to have every sort of information on the laptop, on the table itself. That is, they get through projectors, they get learning, they have their assignments, they have their workshops, they have their seminars, and then conferences, and also teaching assignments are given to them, and the presentation they have to make, and so they become very vocal in presenting themselves or the things that they can learn through various ICT resources. So it is not only classroom teaching, but it is other ways that a student is able to get information not only about the subject, but also about the whole work that is going on now. So we equip them with the latest technology, latest information about the subject and also the environment around them.
Wow, that's really good, sir. So the next question would be, what is the ideal campus environment and culture of the university?
Oh, sir, our university is far off from the city. It is in a very serene, clean, green atmosphere. It is just about half an hour away from the city. So the atmosphere and the environment is absolutely very fantabulous, I should say. So students, they learn uh, in natural environment. So that is the beauty of our university. Moreover, there are all the facilities which can be provided to any city university. Labs are there, polyhouses are there, and then workshops are there. Every room is fitted with the projector, and the safety and security of the students is our prime concern. So we have CCTV cameras all over the campus. It is fantastic university, it's fantastic campus itself.
That's really, really good, sir. So the next question would be, how do you look at the growth of the students through placement opportunities available at your institute? So, and how do you wish to push the envelope further?
As I told you earlier, that we have only job-oriented courses. It is not only BMS that we have recently got it. Earlier, we are having BBA Logistic, BBA Journal also. We have MBA courses. We have then BTech courses, and our specialization in BTech is electrical engineering, and then information technology, and then computer and electronics. So these courses we are providing to students which are totally job oriented, which are which can have employability anywhere, not only in India but elsewhere. And our students, those who pass out from our university, they get admission to higher courses, not only in India, but also abroad. So the students from our university, they are capable, not only job seekers, but job providers. So we provide them with all facilities that equips them to become employable anywhere, not only in India, but else.
Fabulous, sir. So the next question would be, what goals do you have in your mind for your institute for the next few years?
We are planning only job-oriented courses, and our focus is not only to equip students for employability, but also to make them entrepreneurs. Because today, as our Prime Minister said, Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Absolutely.
So we want everybody that they should not depend upon anybody to seek any employment or job, but they should be capable to become entrepreneurs and also provide opportunities to other students or other youth. So in this way, we are having some good courses which can provide employment and also create them as job providers.
Very
So
well, sir.
our focus will be on such courses which are industry integrated or industry oriented, so that our students get employment and also they learn on hand entrepreneurship, practice over there, and then experience and apprenticeship courses on the campus itself. So placement on the campus itself will provide good opportunities to our future students.
Very well said, sir. Atmanirbhar, that's all we have to become in the coming years.
Naturally, we have to achieve that target also.
Rightly said, sir. So the next question would be, any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
When I was a student in school in my village,
Okay.
I was taught one thing by Vishnu Dutt Sharma. There is a Sanskrit couplet, what a student should be. Kak chesta bako dhyanam swana nidra tathaivache alpahari grihatyagi vidyarthinam panchalakshanam. A student should have 5 salient features if he or she wants to become a good student. So that was golden days rather, when students used to go away from their homes. Kak chesta means one should try like a crow. Crow always fixes target. If you go to the Ganges in Haridwar, if you throw some food in the air, the crow will pick it up. So one must try like a crow.
Oh.
Then second thing is like bako, stalk. A bagula that's always standing on one leg,
Correct.
waiting. See the patience one should have. Then third is swana nidra. One must sleep like a dog. The moment there is a sound, immediately the dog will stand up. So one should not sleep for hours together, but one should be very agile because he has to learn a lot. So he should go away with all the sleep or laziness like that. So these are things. And one other thing is that one should go away from the house. Grihatyag. So earlier the students were sent to the Gurukuls because they should concentrate on their studies, that's all. Not on the family, not on the parents or sisters, brothers. The purpose is that when you are on the campus, when you are inside the campus, then you should totally devote yourself to the studies. Grihatyag does not mean that one should leave the house, but the focus should be on studies when you are in the Gurukul or in the university. So these 5 elements, 5 features should be there. But today, we expect them to be disciplined one. They should be dedicated one. They should not be any sort of indiscipline. And they should regard their teachers as the best. Because we say, our culture says, Guru bina jnana nahi. You shall have to acquire knowledge through Guru. That Guru can be in the classroom or outside the classroom. That can be your information technology on your laptop or your mobile. So Guru is everywhere today. But unless it is interactive, you cannot understand anything outside the class. You should have to have a teacher so that things are clear to your mind. I am of this opinion that these ICT can provide you information, but interaction with the teacher is must. That's why we have online classes today, so that we should interact with them. Otherwise, we have a lot of information on our website and everywhere else. So we want that our student or student of this country should devote themselves to the studies, focus on their career, and try to become Atmanirbhar so that they don't become any burden on the society or parents for that matter. So for that purpose, it is discipline, it is dedication to the studies, and also focus on what one wants to become right from the early stage. Because what our late President of India, Missile Man, Dr. Kalam said, that students should dream of since school days what they want to become, and they should strive to achieve that goal. So we want that students should have their aim and object, their goals at the early stage. Earlier the goals, easy will be to achieve them. So I want that students of our university also should dedicate themselves to their studies, and they should have some dream so that they could achieve it. It should not be rudderless or anchorless.
That was very deep, sir, very deep. Thank you for sharing your insight on this as well. And sir, the next question would be, what are the top qualities that a student must possess?
Top qualities of students.
Top qualities that a student must possess.
Okay. There should be that a student should be disciplined one. Discipline means he should have his program right from morning to evening or even to the night. What he has to or she has to do in life, that should be chalked out at the early stage. So it should be daily routine, what she or he has to perform, because target is not today, but 20 years later on, or maybe 10 years later on. So that discipline only can show them the path, and they can achieve their goals only when they are disciplined. In discipline, I mean, they should dedicate themselves to the studies. They should know the culture of the country, the culture of a college, the culture of university, culture of society. What should they do? What they should not do? That should be known to them. Because when you are in a particular culture, then you should have to behave like that. Be a Roman when you are in Rome. So you should adopt the culture wherever you are, and that culture today is work culture. Knowledge is power. All over the world it is said, knowledge is power. If you acquire knowledge, you become power. That's why India is trying to become world power, world knowledge power. If we have knowledge, see, all over the world, most of the Indians are occupying the top positions in all the MNCs. To name, we have dozens of people, those who are heading the most important organizations of corporations all over the world. They acquired knowledge, they became perfect in their particular field, so they achieved that target. So I'll suggest them that they should focus their target first, and then they should strive to achieve that.
Very well, sir. Very well said, sir. And this is the last question to wrap up this interview. Again, I'll ask, what are the top qualities that a student must possess to get the good placement in the colleges?
For the placement cell, we have HR department which equip them to become an employable person. We teach them how to behave, how to sit, a culture. Not only the knowledge is inside, but how a student should behave, how should he or she talk. That work culture, she has to learn or he has to learn. So unless they have that particular features, that particular qualities, it will be difficult for them, even if they get employment, but that will become difficult for them to continue, because that mentally should be there. We should prepare them mentally that they should focus on what is assigned to them. They should be ready to accomplish that job. So work culture in any organization will take them to the higher stairs, to the higher positions. So our university prepares the students not only in intelligence and knowledge of their particular fields, specializations, but also to become a good citizen, a good employee of the organization, and also contribute to the society and the country. That is taught them, and there is a different separate department for that purpose, which teaches them soft skills, manners, cultures, behavioral sciences there. So it is the HR department or the placement department which equips them with all the qualities that they should have, not only to get employment, not only to become entrepreneur, but also to sustain that.
That's really insightful, sir. Hopefully, our viewers will learn a lot today, and it is one of the most insightful, session that I have ever done with the higher management. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your valuable time. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So nice of you. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.